Howdy-ho and welcome to Rauta's Reviews. This time it's a reissue one of a 2005 release what I have here, and this time it's double the effort. Technically speaking, almost 3 times the effort. Why so? I'll explain in a bit. This one is Deadhead from the Netherlands, and the style here is death and thrash metal combined. THRASH is the name of the game, and album is Haatland. So this is an interesting band. It started already in 1989, so very old band. And more curious is that they have been able to maintain quite a bit of original members in the band. Not fully, but still very close to it, which is kind of a, well, success if you really think about it, considering how many bands have changed their styles during the years and losing band members along the way and all that stuff. So having a band that is more than 30 years of age and still featuring more than a couple of original members, I think it's quite a feat, to be honest. As said, this comes with 2 CDs released by Petrichor, and it's a bonus version really. And why so? What's the timing really, you could ask? And the thing here is, this band hasn't gone anywhere. In fact, they're releasing a new album this year, 2022. So that's the reason for this special release. But a quick look to band's Metal Archive site gives you a little bit of idea what was going on. So like I said, founded in 1989, and then you have these 4 members, and 3 are the original members, or at least from 1989. So that's a interesting thing. And then you have these albums, a few ones from 1990s, then a few ones from 2000s, the early decade, and then a couple of more, or actually one more on the last few years, that is 2017. And then we have this new album, Slave Driver, coming on later this year. And that is the reason why this 2005 album is getting a reissue. Now, the thing here is, the original album is only about 42 minutes, and by that I say only as in quotation marks. That is to say, pretty basic standard in terms of how the album is constructed. 10 tracks, 42 minutes. Not exactly too much, not exactly too little for your value of money and all that stuff. Now, the curious thing is, when we click out the other version here and check out this 2 CD version, it gives you a little bit more understanding what's going on. Not only it has his original album with its 10 tracks, but wow, 19 bonus tracks with almost 80 minutes of music. That's quite a thing. But if you really go down and break it into pieces and figure out what's going on, it's mostly demo tracks. Then you have also these 5 first tracks, which are not exactly demo tracks, but more kind of bonus tracks. The thing here is how much of value this extra album is for you, especially if you have the early ones. Now, let's answer that question in a simple way. If you're a big fan of the band and you already have this one, I think it's pretty much how big a fan you really are. I mean, if you're really big fan, much like I'm some fans, I like to update my previous versions to a new one which has more material, because after all, if I really like a band, why not make one into 2, really? Now, if you're not a fan, I don't know why would you exactly go for the band in the first place. So there's always that. And if you have the first album, and the original version of this album, and you like it, but you're not so much keen to put more money on it, I don't know if the update is really that necessary. I mean, after all, it's mostly demo tracks. So if you're happy with the original one, then it's all cool. But those who are late to the party, now finding about this band, much like I am, well, this is a good thing, because even if you don't care so much about the bonus tracks, but you want to kind of have the album, it's kind of nice to have them, well, as bonus tracks. I mean, if you only pay for the price of one album and then you get the rest as bonus ones, why not do it? So, for example, if you're gonna see the band now on stage, or if you like the new album and you're gonna go back to the discography, checking out the backlog, well, this might be a really good bargain. But now the real question is, how good an album Haatland actually is. I would say it's pretty decent, but it's far from being great. Now, the thing here is, these guys know how to do death thrash in a way that it basically bows down to both styles. They definitely do have some powerful thrasher elements with the music, which is then again pretty easy to go, you know, with the energy and all that stuff. They know how to handle their instruments. They do have decent sound for the music. They have the vocals and all there. But, and then there is this big but with a couple of dots, 3 dots, coming right after. And the thing here is, but they are not exactly mind-blowing. I mean, if you really start comparing them to the pure thrash metal bands, you don't necessarily even have to, you know, compare to the big 4, but a lot of other bands doing thrash metal, well, that ain't really that powerful as a thrash metal band. If you start comparing them to the death metal department, you really can't or don't have to go as far as to say, start talking about bands like, you know, Cannibal Corpse or Bolt or D-Side to figure out it's not really as heavy and powerful and brutal as those bands. So where does that leave this band then? Well, it's death and thrash, not maybe the best possible ways, but still very, very listenable. That being said, I would say this band has a lot of potential to be a big one, but somehow Haatland is not able to sound that good. Like I said, it's decent, it's easy to listen, it doesn't annoy you one bit, but after multiple listens with these CDs, I was still a little like, yeah, it doesn't really stick, it doesn't really, you know, drill into my brain and have those songs that are very memorable or something like rather hum or sing to when I'm traveling to, you know, some places with my car, you know, heading to the gym and all that stuff. So it's kind of a listenable, but it sounds much like a band, you know, warm up stage before some bigger bands enters it. So I don't know, kind of a band that kind of falls between the big ones and the really small ones. Not exactly too great to just, you know, blow your mind, but then again, nothing to be ashamed of. Nothing annoying here, nothing too disappointing, but a little bit a in-betweener, so to say. Then again, it all comes down how much you really love death thrash. Not death metal, not thrash metal, but death thrash. So there is that. I think it's worth a listen, so you give it a go and decide for yourself. But if you already dislike the style and you don't like these kind of hybrids, I would say don't go for it. It's not gonna change your mind about it. So this is for fans of the given style and maybe the given band already. Those who are late to the party are not gonna be too much like, wow, how come I missed this already? Anyway, like I said, 2 albums for the price of 1 with this one classic band from the Netherlands. Go check it out. You will find it on your favorite streaming services, or at least I'm pretty sure of it. And check out the links provided in the description box for more information. That's all from Rauta. Take care. Bye-bye.